everybody. Welcome back to Ghosting with Anya. I'm your host, Anya Smith, also the author of Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. So, tomorrow is Father's Day. I hope you guys are planning on getting something for your father, something like that. Anything. You guys can make something. I'm working on my project right now. I already wished my father, both of my fathers actually, a happy Father's Day. So instead of going to at 8 p.m. this time, I'm actually gonna go live streaming 8:30. It doesn't even matter what time I go through. I don't have a schedule. I don't have any curfews. But are you willing to go live streaming at 8:30 every time I go on? It could be 8 o'clock or it could be 9 o'clock. It doesn't even matter what time I go through. Okay, so we are on episode 170. Which means there's a new story for you guys tonight. It is called The Violin Case in the Attic. This is a new one. It's something to do with the past. A lot of violins. It kind of reminds me maybe the 17th century. Something like that. I don't know. A lot of people from many centuries ago that actually did play the violin. Some people played in the 16th century. A lot of people played more than 16th century. A lot of people played over 1,000 years ago. So the spirits are calling while the violin was playing. So a lot of spirits do that. So anyway, just got myself cleaned up. That's why my hair is a bit wet. I was, just getting a lot cleaner. So anyway, I hope you guys are ready. So anyway, thank you guys for following me right here on YouTube. If you guys want, you can follow me on TikTok if you wish. But whenever I would try to go live stream on TikTok, I know someone is going to disrespect me. I can tell. Because people are just being stupid. Be very respectful and be. I don't want that on YouTube. I don't like when people disrespect me and saying horrible things about my channel or about my paranormal ghost stories here. Anyway, I hope you guys are excited for the new story because I want you guys to have your blood boiling with the excitement and get all the scares going, but in a positive way, not in a freaky, weird way. But anyway, I just want to say you are always welcome to join me right here on live stream, right here on YouTube. So anyway, so don't forget to tell your fathers Happy Father's Day. Give them a hug or something. Tell them what you got, maybe. Give them whatever they want. Just tell them how much you love your dad. Just get him whatever he needs. Or just tell them how much you appreciate your fathers. And that's the best gift of all. Maybe you can, I don't know, learn how to make something for your parents, like say something they might appreciate more. The talent, maybe, perhaps maybe like knit something, crochet something, perhaps maybe. Anyway, let's get started on the story. So get something to drink, sit back, relax. Please click like, share, and subscribe. And let's get started on this story. The Violin Case in the Attic, episode 170. Sounds like my name. Well, it has popped back in. Anya's friend Chris bought the duplex on Maple Avenue because the downstairs unit already had a tenant and the upstairs needed only moderate work before it could bring in income. It was the kind of practical decision people congratulate themselves on before realizing practicality, and old houses rarely stay in separate lessons. The attic, accessible by a pulled-down ladder in the upstairs hallway, was supposed to be empty except for insulation and a few abandoned boxes left by the previous owner. Chris went up there on the first weekend with a flashlight, work gloves, and the kind of confidence men borrow from home improvement shows. If you guys know what home improvement show is, it starred with the actor named Tim Allen. You might know him as Scott Calvin from the Santa Claus movies. Plus, he's the funniest guy of all time. I mean, he's a legend. So, if you guys know who Tim Allen is, he's the best actor. And he did the show called Home Improvement. So, it's amazing. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of it. So, this is what reminds me of. And I've seen Tim Allen movies. I've seen his show. He's just the best actor of all time. You never know when I'm going to end up watching his other show, or whenever if he has a new show that's coming out, maybe I'll watch it. He came back down with dust in his hair and a violin case clutched so tightly his knuckles had gone white. He said only one thing before setting it on the kitchen table. Something moved before I touched it. The case was black, old, and surprisingly well kept. Beneath its layer of attic dust, it had no nameplate, no stickers, nothing to explain why it remained in an otherwise cleared space near the far well. Chris's sister, Lena, who had come over to help paint trim, asked what he meant about movement. He said that when his flashlight hit the back corner, he saw the case lying flat. Then just before he reached it, it shifted slightly on its own, as though notched from beneath. Not thrown, not dramatic, just adjusted. Lena laughed because siblings are morally required to laugh at exactly the wrong moment. but the sound died when Chris opened the case and found not a violin, but a bundle of sheet music tied with ribbon, metronome, a cracked resin block, and one yellowed photograph of a young woman holding a violin on the front steps of the house. On the back was written, "Mara before the recital." Wow. Apparently there was a young girl who liked playing the violin. So maybe she passed away. So we don't know what she passed away of, but I am guessing she wasn't buried with the violin when she died. Apparently it was left in the attic somehow. She loved playing music, apparently. So when she died, the music clearly stopped being played. Oh, sorry guys, I am really tired, and I didn't feel like going anywhere because, well, I had to make sure my cat was taken care of. I just wanted to relax and do some knitting. It's kind of really good work, but Well, anyway, I'm just tired. I don't know why. It's just how it is. Let's just continue on the story. The downstairs tenant, Mrs. Vaughn, solved the first layer of mystery without being asked. When Lena mentioned the photograph in passing, the older woman put down her tea and said the duplex once belonged to a family whose daughter had been unusually gifted with the violin. Mara, she said, used to practice by the upstairs window every evening, and neighbors would open their own windows in summer just to hear her scales rise into music. Then one winter she stopped. Stories varied, but the consistent thread was that she had a recital she never played because something happened in the attic room where she practiced alone when she wanted better acoustics. Some said illness, others said a fall while bringing down stored music stands. The family eventually moved, leaving behind rumors and apparently the case. People hear tuning sometimes, Mrs. Vaughn added, as if commenting on plumbing, mostly when the weather turns. Chris did not believe in turning ghosts any more than he believed in moving violin cases. He believed in draft shifts, sloped floors, and coincidence. That belief held right up until the first storm rain pressed against the upstairs window. And while Lena caulked a sill in the front bedroom, a single violin note rose from above them. Thin, sustained, unmistakably human. It was followed by another, then a careful third, as if someone were testing strings after years of disuse. Chris climbed the pull-down ladder, immediately, flashlight between his teeth. The attic stood empty except for insulation rolls, rafter, and the open violin case where he had left it on an old trunk. Yet the bow, which had not been in the case earlier, now rested across the strings of a full violin no one could explain into existence. Before Chris could move closer, the instrument played a short ascending scale by itself. Lena, halfway up the ladder behind him, heard it too. This is a little freaky, but something tells me the spirit of a young woman named Mara. She was trying to maybe communicate with someone through music. I mean, there's one winter that she decided not to play because something must have happened down there when she was alone. Maybe something bad. I don't know what happened to her. I guess we'll have to find out. So, but this story doesn't actually relate to myself or to my husband, even though my name is actually Anya, Anya. My last name is Smith, not Mara. So, my husband's name is also Chris, but we're not from their timeline, not from their era, but we're actually from the 21st century, but not originally, because I was born in 1980s, like late 80s, and my husband was born in 1990s. I was born in late 1980s. He was born in early 1990s. So Chris and I here are 4 years apart, just like my parents are 4 years apart. My mom was born in 1967. My dad was born in 1963. So, like I said, my parents are 4 years apart, except for his parents. Tell them how many years apart are your parents?
Like 3 or 4.
I'm talking about your biological dad.
Like 3 or 4 years apart.
What about Stephen?
Same.
About 4 years apart?
Yes.
Okay. There you have it, guys. My husband's parents are 4 years apart as well, so we're lucky that all of us were born almost the same years, but his parents actually, his mom actually had him when she was like about teenage years, but
18.
Yeah, late teens to early 20s. His mom actually got pregnant at 17, 9 months later, in 1992 is when he was born. So, my parents had me at 21, so that's okay if there's some kids started having kids in their teenage years. There is a show that I've seen. It's called Secret Life of the American Teenager, and the actress who played a young teenager, her actual name is Shailene Woodley. She played Amy Jurgen, actually. Her character was like 15 years old, got pregnant, and she was ashamed of what happened to her, and then she told her mother 6 weeks later that she was pregnant. So that is like blaming herself for not realizing what would have happened to her when she got pregnant. So it is kind of strange, but things happen. I wonder what happened to Mara right here on this story. It might be related, but I hope it's not related to us, to myself, or to my husband. Anyway, let's continue on the story. It's almost 9 o'clock anyway. We're probably just gonna go to sleep anyway soon. So we're probably celebrating Father's Day tomorrow. What do you want to do for Father's Day tomorrow?
I don't know. I'll probably just relax here.
Aren't you going out with your friends tomorrow after church? Or
I'm just going to church.
I mean, well, yeah, but aren't you going out somewhere after that?
No, we hadn't planned on it.
I thought you guys usually go out to eat after.
No,
church.
we're not doing that tomorrow.
It's Father's Day.
Yeah, we're just gonna chill here. I'll make us some suppy sup and we'll have fun.
I know during the day, not
Through in here? No.
Are you
I
guys
still
going
need to-
out and get I don't know, Father's Day breakfast or something?
No, we're not doing that.
Not this year?
Are you
No.
washing dishes
Okay.
again, Grandpa?
So
I call it
yeah.
my kitchen treasure
All right.
hunt.
Let's continue on
Every
the
load has
story.
one mystery tool.
Sorry about that, guys. I was talking to my husband about Father's Day stuff. So, like I said before, you guys are always welcome to join me right here on live stream. And if you have any opinions about the story, see how it's related to some other people or whatever. If you have any opinions or questions, you're always welcome to leave me a comment down below. So, anyway, just let me know what you guys think. Anyway, let's continue. The next day, they searched property records and local archives until Mara's story came into focus. She said she had indeed been preparing for an important recital, one that might have taken her out of town and into conservatory. Training newspaper announcements praised her talent. Then abruptly, there was a death notice. Not much else, no recital review, no mention of the promised performance. A later church bulletin referred obliquely, or whatever this word is, maybe obliquely, to the sad loss of Miss Mara Bellamy during a household accident, which told them almost nothing. What finally mattered came from Mrs. Vaughn, who remembered her own mother saying Mara had not died instantly. She had fallen in the attic or became trapped there somehow during a winter storm, while the family thought she was practicing in another room by the time they found her. She had spent long hours calling and striking the floorboards with the violin bow. After that, no one in the family could bear the instrument. The recital silence became another kind of room in the house. Lena, unlike Chris, did not think the haunting wanted removal. She thought it wanted completion. So on the following Saturday, when snow gathered at the windows and the upstairs unit still stood empty, she carried the sheet music back into the attic and set the metronome on the trunk beneath the rafters. Chris thought the whole gesture sentimental and useless right up until the metronome, unwound and untouched, began ticking, slow at first, then exactly in time. The air in the attic turned startlingly cold. From the far corner where the violin case had first shifted came the faint outline of a young woman in a simple dress, violin under her chin, eyes fixed not on them but on the sheet music, as if terrified of missing her entrance. Lena stepped back and whispered, "Go ahead." Mara lifted the bow. The piece that followed was not ghostly in the horror movie sense. It was beautiful. Imperfect only where beauty under grief becomes almost unbearable. Apparently, Mara somehow maybe got trapped in the attic, didn't know how to get back out of it. Like, somehow maybe she suffocated or died in there by falling, or she didn't know that maybe she was sick for a long time. But what if someone locked her in, made sure she didn't go to the recital? What if someone killed her and left her for dead in the attic? Or maybe she just died unexpectedly, but we don't know. So anyway, if this makes any sense to you guys, let me know in the comments down below. Let's continue on the story. We're almost done with the story. And once we're done with it, we're going to go straight to the questions. I hope you have any. You can leave me comments down below if you wish to. The music filled the attic, then the upper hall, then the stairwell, and finally the whole duplex, until even Mrs. Vaughn downstairs came into the yard with tears on her face. At the end of the final passage, the metronome stopped. The last note hung in the rafters long enough for everyone below to feel the silence. After it, as something earned rather than empty, when Chris looked up again, Mara was gone. The violin remained for a moment longer, lying across the open case, then faded too, leaving only the original sheet music and the photograph on the trunk. From that day on, no one heard tuning from the attic again. Chris renovated the upstairs apartment, renovated the upstairs apartment without further incident, though he left the attic cleaner than before and never stored anything on the trunk. Years later, when tenants asked why the attic was off limits except for utilities, Chris usually muttered something about old boards and insurance. The real answer sat framed on the hallway wall outside the pull-down ladder. Mara's photograph and one preserved page of the recital music. He was not a man transformed into superstition. He simply no longer believed all houses wanted to hide what they hold. Some want a witness, some want a warning, and some, like the duplex on Maple Avenue, only want the final measure heard all the way through before the living start painting over things. Lena still says that of all the stories she had lived near, Mara's is the one she understands best. A person can be trapped by pain, by silence, or by having their best unfinished work mistaken for clutter in an attic. The lucky ones get some curious enough to carry the case back upstairs. Yeah, this is so sad when a young woman who died in the attic, apparently she did, and this young lady did, was trying to get everyone's attention when she was alive. For a while she did, until that winter night, or whatever it happened to her. I'm guessing she didn't want to play that winter anymore because something terrible must have happened. Maybe she died by starvation in the attic. Maybe she was kept there forever. I don't know what happened to her. Perhaps they kept her as a prisoner in the attic. I don't know why. So, now that the story is done, we'll be doing the questions. Maybe I'll go finish reading my book because I feel like reading. I'll just go back downstairs and get my book so I can finish reading my Stephen King book. By the way, since we're talking about the attic, it reminds me of the movie I've seen called Flowers in the Attic. I watched it like years ago, and it's almost like a real life event that actually happened. But I actually have watched the movie, and I've seen it where a mother's 4 children were trapped in the attic somehow, just because the mother went back to see her parents, and she literally trapped her children in the attic. No wonder why the mother and the grandmother went crazy for no damn reason, because she hated her own daughter or something like that. I don't know why. I haven't seen that movie in years, so maybe I'll watch it on Netflix, perhaps. It's a good movie, and I've seen it, like, literally. Well, anyway, let's get started on the questions. If you have any, you can leave me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think of the story. Let me know, and we'll get some answers. So we've got 10 questions, including 10 answers. So I hope you guys have the best answers, because I'm trying my best to get them for you. I don't have any words. So anyway, let's get started. Would you have opened the violin case after seeing it move?
Yes.
Definitely yes. I would probably investigate the violin. Even if I saw it move, I would clearly want to know what really happened to that young girl in the past. Now that we know her name, this young lady, her name was Mara, of course. It kind of reminds me of Stephen King. Emily Rose played a bunch of characters on Stephen King's Haven. It's kind of like paranormal stuff. It's kind of like ghost stories or something. You can watch it on Prime Video, called Haven. And it has like 5 seasons, maybe, I think. I don't remember that much. I'll have to watch it again anytime soon. So it's a really good show. So anyway, I would definitely open the actual freaking violin case, and I would want to know what's keeping this woman as an earthbound. And why did she end up passing away in the attic? And why is her stuff still left in the attic? Perhaps maybe she had an accident or someone did this to her. Maybe someone took advantage of her and, I don't know, beat her somehow, maybe raped her. No wonder why. So perhaps something terrible would have happened. I don't know, maybe her life was taken too soon or the illness killed her. We don't know. But I would definitely investigate it, including the attic, and I would try my best to get all the evidence and find the right questions and ask this young woman what really happened to her. How could I help this young woman move on in the afterlife? Perhaps maybe I can finish playing the music for her if I knew the melody, of course. If I knew the song that she was playing on the violin, I would definitely help her somehow if I had the knowledge, of course. All right, let's go to number 2. What do you think Mara wanted most? To be heard, remembered, or finished? Actually, here's what I know what she really wanted. She wanted to be heard and remembered. Not just finished, she wanted to be heard. She wanted people to hear her music and she wanted them to remember her the way she was before she died. Before her life was taken too soon. Like unexpectedly, maybe. Or maybe she died from natural cause. We don't know. But what do you think, Bubba?
Probably died of natural causes.
What do you think Mara wanted most? To be heard, remembered, or finished? What do you think she wanted?
For it to be finished.
Okay. Anyone else would like to answer this question? All you have to do is leave me a comment down below. For me, I think she wanted to be heard and remembered. So I would definitely help her figure out how to complete her music and get someone's attention. She just wanted to be remembered. She wanted to be acknowledged, and she wanted freedom, and she wanted to have someone listen to her music or something, like from outside and like from other houses that had windows open all the way so they could hear her music. But I think she definitely wanted to be heard and to be remembered. Let's go to number 3. Why do attics make such effective settings for ghost stories? Well, the reason why is because they have memories. It's a history, and spirits are usually confused when they don't remember how they died, or they don't remember how their lives were taken. They don't remember their true living, like their real memories were like taken and they don't remember how they lived. No wonder why the ghost stories can be more unsettling and forgotten. I'm thinking they were forgotten somehow. That's why they can't move on until they decided to be remembered. They have to be noticed and remembered. It's a memory. It's a part of us and it's part of our history. If we would remember our own history, especially like our ancestors' lives. For me, I still trying to figure it out, my own history. See, I'm not from America. Not really. Not originally. See, my family, my mom's side of family and my dad's side of family, they're not from America, okay? My mom's side is from Russia. So I'm from Russia, born and raised. And my dad's side of family is from Azerbaijan and Turkey. So I'm a mixed breed. I literally don't know that much history of my own family. I don't have a family tree. I don't really know anything about it because my teachers never gave me a homework assignment about learning about our own family tree, like about our history, where we'd come from, who our ancestors, when did we come to America as young children. But I never actually had that. So that's why I don't know anything about my own history, except for the part where my mom's side of the family learned how to dance, learned how to cook, apparently, and, doing engineering, that sort of skills. But my dad's side, my aunties, they pretty much knew how to sew things together, like fabrics or whatever, maybe knitting, perhaps. My mom's grandmother, my great grandma, you know what she learned how to do was she learned how to weave. She was a weaver, so apparently I got that from her. My mom, she knits. I get that from her. I learned how to knit and crochet by watching YouTube videos and doing the sewing and the weaving thing. That's my father's side of the family. My dad's father, my grandpa, he was a musician and he's got the talent. Well, he did. No wonder why I have the talent for music. So this young woman named Mara, she had a musical gift. She had the talent for music because she loved it so much. She loved playing maybe classical music or like whatever genre she loved listening to, perhaps. She loved playing the violin. It's like the violin kind of tells a story about someone in her life or someone in her past, maybe. But we don't know. But these stories, the violins or any other stories, like the singing, the dancing, kind of tells us the story about the past, about anything. So this young woman named Mara, she somehow was telling everyone a story, maybe about her younger years or about her family history or whatever. So this is why these stories kind of are a part of us. The memories are a part of us, and we should never forget about them. We always have to carry them in our hearts and in our minds, right here and in here. Never forget where you're from. Never forget what stories you might have told or whoever told you those stories in the past. They're a part of us, and they're also, the ghost stories are part of our memories. I still don't have a full story about my ancestors or about my own history of my own family from Russia. I was born and raised there. By the time I was 10, I moved to another city, like another country, which is America. And I've lived in America for like 26 years, something like that. So, well, actually about 25 years, but by the time I was in my 30s, I decided to move to a different town, which is here. So I guess I'm still part of my own country. I am trying to escape, even though I can't escape it. The history there is like following me everywhere. Literally, everywhere I go, I feel like I'm being drawn back to my home country. So, anyway, we all have histories. We all have stories about all the ghost stories. But I never believed in anything like that until I had my own experience. All right, let's go to number 4. What was more unsettling, the case moving or the violin appearing later? That's a good question. I think the violin case was moving and the actual violin appearing right in front of the young couple's attic or something like that. I mean, our names are probably in the story, but we're not really a part of it. So, but I think that the case and the violin somehow moving and appearing at the same time. That's more unsettling. Same question for you. What was more unsettling, the case moving or the violin appearing later?
The violence appearing later.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, a lot of spirits pretty much decided to go back to the beginning where shit happened to them. The more they go back to that place, they get more memories back. So they're trying to get justice. They're trying to get closure, their memories back, because they don't remember what really happened to them. So this is how they get confused. I mean, if it was me or my husband, one of us has to investigate our murder or whatever happened to us, our own death. It might not be accidental. I think Mara might have been attacked and left for dead in the attic. No wonder why she never left, especially for her own recital. So I think Mara was trying to tell Anya and Chris what really happened to her. No wonder why she was playing the violin. Maybe she was attacked before she died. Like maybe when she was playing the violin, somehow maybe came behind her and attacked her for no reason at all. That's just so sad and tragic way to end up dead and trapped in the attic. All right, we have 5 questions left. So we are in 49 minutes now. Was Lena right to bring the music back into the attic? Yes. If she hadn't, she'll still be haunted by a young woman named Mara. Perhaps Mara was looking for her music sheet, or she thought maybe she lost it. That's why she couldn't play the violin. Maybe she accidentally fell, or she accidentally lost it somehow. Maybe that one winter night. So we don't know what year it happened, but apparently maybe she did die from natural cause, or she fell down somehow, lost her balance maybe, or lost her life for it. Maybe she couldn't find her music sheet. No wonder why. She's haunting the place where she died, in the attic. So I think Lena did the right thing. So let me know in the comments if you think she did the right thing. If you think she did, it would be very helpful to Mara's ghost and everyone else. Let's go to number 6. Do you think performance can release a haunting? Of course it can. No wonder why the spirits are trapped, because they could not complete their music or their performance. They were stuck in a same loop for all eternity since the night they passed away. So things happen constantly no matter what. Like Mara, she couldn't complete her music because she lost it somehow. Or she fell through something and died instantly. No wonder why she got trapped, and no wonder why she is haunting the attic where she died. Let's go to number 7. Why do unfinished artistic acts feel so emotionally powerful? I think it's probably because they were trying to remember something that's blocking their minds. Maybe they're just confused. No wonder why they couldn't finish anything, because they don't remember anything. Because maybe they're not opening their mind to anything. No wonder why they can't complete their music until they unblock something. Perhaps it's so emotional because it's part of the memories they're trying to uncover. No wonder why. Here's the same question for you. Why do unfinished artistic acts feel so emotionally powerful?
No idea.
Seriously? You really have no idea?
No.
I don't have words for that either. Well, maybe it's because their music is tied to their emotions. They feel like something is missing in them. No wonder why. They're a part of their, I don't know, personality or something. But a lot of spirits go back to the beginning where it happened. Once they go down there, if they play something, they might remember if they open their minds, their hearts, and like look in the deep of their memories, and they would see what really happened, and they might know the truth. No wonder why. This is the reason why it's powerful, because of their memory faltered. All their memories were completely faked. They blocked it because they were in denial and they just couldn't handle that truth. No wonder why they couldn't do it anymore. All right, let's go to number 8. We're almost done here. We got 3 questions before I sign off. Would you have stayed in the attic while the music played? Of course I would. Yes, I would love to listen to the violin and maybe get the truth. Somehow get more evidence in the stories. I would perhaps maybe just wanted to hear what the violin was telling us, like the story about what happened to this young woman. I would have definitely stayed. All right, let's go to number 2. All right, we got 2 questions left. What does it mean that the last silence felt earned? Well, perhaps maybe when the silence came, which means that perhaps Amara just stopped playing because something must have happened to her. She doesn't realize that she's dead. Perhaps she died unexpectedly, or something caught her and hurt her. No wonder why she stopped. Perhaps the illness took over and killed her. No wonder why. She couldn't play anymore because maybe she was getting sicker and sicker, and that's why she couldn't play anymore. That's why the silence took over, because she couldn't do it. She literally wanted to play, but she couldn't because she was getting weaker and weaker until she lost her life. So, no wonder why. It happens. I mean, I almost lost my voice when I got sick. Like like my throat was hurting, and I wanted to rest it for a while because it was being dry and scratchy. So the silence took over my voice because I thought maybe talking too much and screaming all the time would literally get me to lose my voice. And if I want to like clear my voice, I want to feel better of it, I would drink some tea, take some, I don't know, some kind of medication for my throat, and get some rest. I would probably do that. Just stop talking. I would probably rest it for a while until I feel better. Drink tea with honey. That's exactly what I would do if I lost my voice. I would maybe go to the doctor and find out what was causing my voice to throb and be dry and scratchy. This is why. So, for Mara, she couldn't play her violin anymore because she died. Her heart must have gave out, maybe. That's why she died unexpectedly. All right, one more question before I sign off. If you found someone's unfinished work hidden away, would you try to complete it? Yes, I would. I definitely would love to help Mara complete her music when she couldn't finish it when she was alive. So, if I were Lena, I would literally help her complete her mission. I mean, if I were Lena, I would pick up the violin with the little bow on it, and I would take the music sheet, put it on the music stand, and put the violin right here. The neck would be stretched out, and the bow would be playing like this or whatever as I'm holding the violin. I would definitely try and help her if I had the knowledge of the music notes. If I had the skill to play a violin, I would definitely do that. Anyway, all right, you guys, we are out of time. We are in 58 minutes. So our next episode will be doing our new story. It is called The Girl in the Projection Booth, which is something to do with the movie theater. So I hope you guys are ready for the new story. I just want to say thank you for listening and watching my show. It's the best ghost story I've ever written, but it can be scary but tragic. So these are all ghost stories, and I hope you are excited for the next one. So have a wonderful night and stay safe, stay spooky, have fun, and have a wonderful Father's Day that's coming up by tomorrow. And I hope you have any plans for whatever you guys are doing. We're probably not going to do anything for Father's Day, so but yeah, just relax and watch a movie maybe. I'll be doing my knitting like always, playing my games, maybe read a book. I am also going to be back here for my next episode of Ghosting with Anya. So thanks for joining. You're always welcome to join me on live stream and leave me comments down below if you wish. We are in 1 hour already. So again, may God bless you and stay safe and just stay calm and just stay spooky, you guys. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night, same time as always. The girl in the projection booth. This is a new one. Please click like, share, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for being here. Please support this channel. And you can leave me comments down below if you wish. So, also, there's going to be a new movie coming out on the 26th of this month. I am going to watch the movie called Supergirl. It's coming out on June 26th at the Marcus Theater, which is the Twin Creek. If you guys like superhero movies, you guys should go check out Supergirl at the movie theater. It's the Twin Creek Marcus Theater, right here in Bellevue, Nebraska. Anyway, thank you guys and have a wonderful night. Thanks for watching. Please click like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you all tomorrow night. Good night. Bye.